Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a trying new makeup of basically all the new releases, really popular ones that just came out, the ones that I previously hauled in my Sephora haul. So if you watch that, we're using all that here. For this video, we will be using the new Refy brow products that are now available at Sephora. So that's why I don't have my brows done coming in, because usually I do. Then we will be using the new Patrick Ta palette as well as the Makeup by Mario products, in addition to a few other things that we will be testing in this video. So I hope you guys enjoy this trying new makeup. I'm so excited to do this. I got up early to film this and I am ready to go. I was so eager to film this video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And I have no idea what we're gonna be doing for the look, but we're just gonna have fun, play around with some beauty products. So if you like the sounds of this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Helps out my channel a lot. Subscribe before you leave. Hit that bell to be notified of all my future videos, and let's go ahead and begin this trying new makeup. I'm actually going to be starting off with lips because I want this to sit on my lips before we go in and finish off the face. This is new from BUXOM. It's the Plump Shot Lip Serum. And this is a product that's supposed to plump up your lips. I just got this in the mail yesterday and I tried it on when it first came in, and it definitely does plump up your lips. I can definitely notice a difference. It's not as plumping as the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. It's more mild. And if you're familiar with the one La Mer lip treatment that I was raving about in my last monthly favorites, it has that sweet mint scent to it. It feels almost identical to it with less shine. It's like a thinner formula, definitely not a gloss. It's more of a serum. So you're going to be using this just to increase the volume in your lips. We'll see how this works over time. I don't know if it has any claims to that. I just wanted to show you if you can see any difference as this sits on my lips, if they do get a little bit more plump. Also, a word of caution if you're ever using any of these plumping products on your lips. I've had a few people comment that when they wash their face and had this on, they get irritation on their face. So definitely make sure you wipe these products off first before you go in and wash your face, because you don't want to get this on your skin because it can cause irritation. Imagine that plumping feeling on your lips if you've used one of these before, but on your skin. Like, you don't want to go there, so be sure to be careful where you apply this. You don't want to get this on your face. I have 3 products from Refy, and I'm very excited to show you guys these on camera. And this is a really cool brow gel because of the packaging, and I love it because you can twist it, get your product right there, but you can also pull off the top lid. It's like a hidden brush, which you can really lay down flat your hairs and kind of groom them. So I really love the packaging of this. I think it's so cool. And I mentioned in my haul video, the one thing that I don't like about the Refy products is that they're not waterproof. And that's something that I'm personally used to for my brows. And that's one thing that I was a little disappointed about. But they are really, really good products if you don't need your brows to be waterproof or stuck in place like I personally like. Then they are actually quite good products because I have used them. It looks white but does go on clear. And I'm just going to use this brush to groom them and press them to my skin. I really feel my lips going now. I don't know if you can see my top lip. I can definitely feel it. I love this part of the product. I would just keep that for future use, honestly, with my favorite gels. And it's not crunchy. It doesn't leave any kind of product on your skin. It can be really precise with it. And then I'm just going to use this brush side just to calm them down a bit because I don't want them that high up. The next product from Refy I'm going to be using is the brow pencil. Super tiny brow pencil. Not as tiny as the Huda Beauty one, if you're familiar with that. Comes with a spoolie on the other end, which is fantastic. And I got the dark kit. So I got all these 3 in a kit from Sephora, but you can buy them individually. And then normally I don't use brow pomades, but I am going to fill in my brows a little bit more. And I'm going to use the Refy brow pomade. You can twist off the pomade at the end, and then you have the brush on the top, which is super convenient. I'm just going to kind of fill in the end portion. Do you like pomade or do you like this side better? I actually really like how the pomade looks like with these 2 products, which was a surprise to me, but I do like how filled in it looks. And I've been doing my brows a little bit thinner, which I personally really like right now. I'm always switching up my preferences, you guys know. Just do a slideshow of brow preferences over the years. No, I don't want that. Just gonna clean up underneath my brows with the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Warm Beige. For eyes today, I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, and I have been absolutely loving this palette. The past 2 videos, I've actually had this on my eyes. Starting off with my crease, I'm just going to use this shade, and then I'm going to gradually deepen it up, and then we're going to do some smoky liner, and then play around with these shades up here. Using a Refy 15, I'm going to lightly dust this in the crease, start building up that crease color. There is a little bit of kick up in the pan. I do find these shadows blend very seamlessly into one another and they don't go muddy. I really love the formula and how they work together. They have a bunch of different textures too, which I really think makes this palette. I love that you can layer the creams and just the toppers, mattes, metallics, all those different finishes really play nicely together. And I love that this is more of a neutral tone palette. It's not cool, it's not warm, it's more so leaning warm, but definitely I would consider this neutral. It's one of my top palettes right now. I love it so much. Then using a BK Beauty 207 brush, I'm just going to gradually deepen up the crease and put this a little bit lower. So I'm going to pack this shade on my lid. This is just an old Sephora brush that I got from an old collection, just a standard smudging brush. It's nice and small and I like that it has that dome shape, so I can kind of go along my crease with this. So I'm going to pack this on. And this is one of those matte shades with a little bit of shimmer in it. This one isn't as apparent as the lighter shade in the palette that has the shimmer. And I don't feel like the shimmer in this really clings on as good as the lighter shade. So I can actually use this particular shade for me as a crease color because I don't find the shimmer very apparent, which is unfortunate for the shade, but I do still quite like the tone. Taking the darker cream shade just on a little tiny brush. This is actually for eyebrows, also an older brush of mine, but I really like it for detail work. I'm gonna do a smoky wing, which I find is really easy to achieve with these creams. Just taking a small pencil brush, this one's from e.l.f. I'm going to just buff that out. And taking this dark matte shade, I'm just going to run that along my lash line as well and continue to smoke out the liner. Now I haven't tried this color yet, packed all over my lid, so I really wanted to try that out today. So I'm going to start off with it on a brush and it dry. Might use my finger, might wet my brush. We're gonna see. I just wanna play around with the shade. Yeah, the brush isn't gonna pick it up. I'm gonna try with my finger. It looks really, really pretty. Just going to clean up the outer corner because it looks messy by that wing. There we go. And one of the things I noticed about this palette is there's very little fallout, which is really nice. It's not a deal breaker for me, but it is nice to not have to like clean up a ton of dark shadow or glitter underneath your eye. I think that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes. It's really soft with a little bit of glitter. I really like that. I didn't want to do anything too dramatic. You can definitely build it up though if you like a little bit more dimension and depth to it. One day I did a cut crease and put it down so it looked a little bit more precise, but I do often just do this and kind of place the pigment down where I think my crease is and not really cut the crease. So it's kind of like a soft blend. Then for mascara, I have this MAC Magic Extension Mascara. It is a fiber mascara and I have been so excited to test this out. It looked really cool in the promos that I saw. And I haven't used a fiber mascara in a very long time. I can already tell. It has those fibers. It's definitely lengthening. It's really grabbing onto my one lash. So my eyelashes are definitely not as long as the advertisements, but it is making a noticeable difference for the length. It's getting a little bit clumpy at the tips. This is one of those things I definitely have to play around with more. I'm not used to fiber mascaras. I don't know when the limit is, and I don't want to overdo it because it's already starting to get slightly clumpy at the tips of my lashes, but it is pretty cool. Like, I'm definitely going to be continuing to use this. Will I buy the full size? Have to update you guys in my Sephora haul update because a bunch of you did want me to keep doing those haul updates, so I'm definitely going to do that for you guys. I feel like maybe if I added a voluminous mascara on top of this, it would be even better. I don't want to test my limits today though, so what do you think of my lashes today? Do you notice the length in them? I feel like they are quite long, but maybe not as many. They're not separated as much. I'll have to see the footage compared to other videos, but right now in person, I feel like they do look pretty decent. But I'm going to throw on a pair of lashes, nothing fancy. They're kind of similar to an Ardell Demi Wispy. They kind of have that cat eye effect to them. I think they're the Kiss 11s. I'll leave them in the description box below, but I'm just going to quickly pop those on because I wore those yesterday and be right back. Now for primer, I have a little sample size, little tiny mini of the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. And this should be good for my pores. We're going to test this out all over the face, I think. That is what the consistency looks like. I'm gonna concentrate it on my pores, but I am gonna smooth it all over. Can definitely see a blurring effect. I like the consistency of it. Thinking about this video, I knew I didn't have a foundation to try, so I quickly ordered this from Amazon. And I haven't tried this on my channel yet, but I hear good things. It's the CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear 3-in-1 Foundation. It's 24-hour wear, full coverage. Sounds right up my alley. I love a long wear foundation, and the consistency when I swatched it felt really nice. It's super thin, and I'm not sure about the color. This one was on sale, so I went with it. It seemed the right depth for me, but definitely not the right undertone because I couldn't really find one that is my current undertone. This looks really olive though, if you have olive skin. This is also supposed to be humidity proof and sweat proof. So it should be good for summer, which is perfect little use for today. And then for my face, I'm also going to be using the Makeup by Mario F1 brush to apply the foundation. And then we're going to use the other side for concealer. Very excited for this brush because you guys know my love for the IT Cosmetics brush. Makeup by Mario said he made his brush after his favorite brush. And he made it better because he angled it. So he says it's better. So I'm very curious to test this out because I also love that IT Cosmetics brush. So I just poured out 1 pump of the foundation. You can see it's nice and liquidy. A lot of coverage. Wow. I was not expecting that. It says full coverage, but that is a lot of coverage. I more so like a medium coverage that's buildable. Definitely not my right undertone. I am more red. First impression, it dries really, really fast. It's like locked. I'm not sure if this is actually going to be a good foundation for my skin. It looks a little bit heavy on me. I'm not going to use that. It's just way too off. I had a feeling, well, I knew it was going to be off, but I didn't think it would look that bad on my skin. We're just going to go in with something that I like. We'll go do that primer again too, so not to worry. So after that, my skin is feeling really dry. So I'm just going to use the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. You can use this as a little refresher. We need the moisture back in my skin. I don't think the primer also is going to work out for my skin because it's making it a little bit dry. So this time around, I just focused it in my T-zone. So hopefully this works out better. My skin just keeps absorbing this. It's like needs the moisture. I'm just going to quickly go ahead and put this foundation on my face, which is in fact my perfect match. It's the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation in Golden. I'm just going to quickly do this and save us all some time. Love this foundation, and I can really tell that I like the brush now because I used this foundation, which I obviously really, really like. I'm going to quickly use some of the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer underneath my eyes in the shade Warm Beige. I hope there wasn't kaolin in that CoverGirl foundation, like any sort of clays. I really should be checking that. I'm just going to let my under eye hang out for a bit. It might get creasy, but we'll deal with that when it comes. I like these brushes for initial application of under eye concealer, but I do much prefer blending out with a beauty sponge for concealer. But this sort of brush is good just for foundation to get in areas which are a little bit more detail that I need blending out. So I really love these brushes. I am so excited for this. Finally, we are here. It feels like forever to get to this point. I've had some issues today. So anyways, we're going to be using the Makeup by Mario products, which I'm obviously very excited for. This is the Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick. We got a little brush on one side with these 5 balls on it. And he says to not smear your product, but to kind of tap it out. I got this shade medium, which I feel like will be a good match for me. Definitely looks cool. Feels really stiff, actually. A lot of pigment there. Okay, we're just going to start off with that bit first. I am going to use the brush. And everyone I've seen use this, like, I loved their makeup. So it better be the same way for me. I feel like it picked up a little bit here on me, so I'm just going to put a little bit more product. And I don't know if it's the brush. I don't think it's the product. I think it might be the little balls, actually, kind of pick that up. So I'm just going to give it a blend out with this brush. But it is really pretty. I like it. It is cool, and I have quite a warm face right now. So just applying the bronzer on top will do better, but contour is supposed to be cool. So this looking good so far. We're going to try the balls on my forehead. I don't know if you can see that. The brush is in fact making ball marks on my head. And he said to tap it out. So I'm going to just, yeah, it's literally a ton of just dots on my head. So I'm not going to use the brush on this just because it's not working either with my skin or the foundation that I currently have on. It's just leaving those kind of light marks on my skin. I didn't notice anyone else have that issue. Yeah, I can just see patches where color is not deposited now, which is unfortunate. It's not the product, it's the brush for me, which I thought was going to be cool. The balls don't work for me. I'm just not a fan of the balls, I guess. I can still see patch here, 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 like everywhere. There's no salvaging this unless I go back in with a little bit of foundation and try to do it that way. A little bit of foundation, and then a contour stick. Hour-long video of Cheryl trying to keep it together. Love this brush though. This brush is good. I'm pretty gentle though, honestly, with my face. I don't think I beat it too hard. This video, jeez. I'm gonna have to make a disclaimer at the beginning of this video at this point. Cheryl's slowly going downhill. I'm honestly kind of disappointed though, because that's a really good value for the brush and the product. I really wanted the balls to work for me. And then I did get one of the cream blushes, the Soft Pop Blush Stick in Pale Petal. Same packaging, has that brush on the end. Should I use it? I think I'm going to pass at this point just because of the future issue, and I have to keep moving on. So mine is a little bit messed up. That is okay. It's not too bad. It's just leaning kind of to the one side. I wasn't sure what color to get for these. I liked how this looked on the model. Yeah, this is dewy, really pretty. I like this. I can tell I'm gonna like this. Just gonna use that same brush. It's okay that there's foundation, contour, whatever. Oh yeah, blends effortlessly into the skin. No issue with lifting. Beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful. I really, really love how it's coming together now. A little bit scared for a moment, not gonna lie. Like, why does it look so good on everyone else but not me? But that's okay. It's just a brush thing. Got my favorite brushes. This is awesome. And we're looking blushy and exactly how I wanted to. To set underneath my eyes, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Powder in Golden. Just going to make sure everything isn't creased before I set it. Just using my Beauty Blender Puff. This color kind of calms down that yellow undertone. makes it more my tone. And it like smooths everything out so beautifully. I love this powder for under eye and for my face. Like, this is my favorite powder is what I'm trying to say. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Powder. And this is in the shade Radiant Honey 245. So this is good for all over the face. Sometimes I just use a brush, but this really gives a flawless finish. Just gonna go lightly over the cheeks. Granted, it does have coverage, so it's gonna kind of take away some of the color, but I did want to try to put some blush and bronzer over top, and I need it to calm down before I do that. Otherwise, it's gonna be a little too much color to my face personally. Just personal preference. So you can still see the blush through. I didn't over powder that area because this definitely can provide a lot of coverage. This is how I like the complexion to look. We're slowly but surely getting there. And then I got one of the powder bronzers, and I got the shade medium as well. And this is a very neutral tone bronzer. I'm going to use a BK Beauty 103 brush, and I really like these bronzers. Very nice and light, easy to build up. I have been preferring more of a warm tone lately, but this is nice for a change. I really like it. Formula is really nice. So that is the bronzer just slightly on the face. Then for blush, I end up going with the shade Mellow Mauve, which is more of a pinky tone, like everyday kind of blush to me, more so than what I consider to be a mauve. And that's what I like about it. That's why I went this way, even though the mauve threw me off initially. I end up going with this one. So I'm going to be using the BK Beauty 107 brush to apply this to the cheeks. This should give a really nice bright pop of pink. Oh yeah, beautiful formula. And he said that these are more long wearing than your typical blush, just based on how he created it. So just upon application, like this is one of the things that I might buy more of. So we're going to be very blushy today, but that's okay. Really livens up the face. And then for highlight, I'm going to just use this NARS brush. I'm not exactly sure what it's for. I think it might be an eyeshadow brush, but it's nice and fluffy and I don't want too much highlight. And I ended up going with the shade Golden. I was deciding between this and Pearl, but Golden seemed like it'd be the best match for me. And I have used this and it is really beautiful. I thought it was going to be a little too glittery, just from seeing it, but it honestly isn't. Just kind of melts into the skin really nicely. Really pretty formula for highlight. My perfect shade would be a mix of Pearl and Golden. I'd be somewhere in between that for me personally. But I still really like this shade. I'm going to try a little bit of the bronzer just to lightly contour. Just basically add color, not really contour, because my nose is getting a little lost. I'm just going to quickly finish off the eyes. I'm going to do a little bit of this deep shade in the outer corner and then smoke it out with this one right here. Then for lips, I was thinking about just using my LAWLESS gloss, but I might outline my lips a bit, and if it doesn't work out, I might put a little bit of lip color underneath. I'm just lining my lips with Morphe Sweet Tea. LAWLESS came out with new colors for their Forget the Filler gloss. This is in Daisy Pink. It's so pretty. And this gloss also has a plumping quality to it along with that BUXOM, so we're just going to get really plump lips. Even just with the lip liner, I think it's really, really pretty. Granted, I did use too much because we're getting goopy. I like it though. Kind of matches the eyes. Has that rosy tone to it. Really, really nice. And then to finish off the look, I'm just going to go ahead and take that Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. Just lightly mist the face. And I do this one a little bit closer than other sprays because it is so fine. So I am back. This is the completed look. What do you guys think? Do you like it? You were along with me for the journey. What do you think of these products? I honestly think everything was good. It's just based on personal preference. A lot of it was user error and just my personal preference. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell which of the products I didn't care for and for what reason, but we're gonna go over everything now just in case you want a summary of everything. Starting off with the brows, these are a lot more natural. I'm sure a lot of you are gonna like this form of brow because I didn't make them as fluffy or big, even though Jess Hunt, who makes Refy, does those really big, fluffy looking brows. I wanted to show the use of the pomade in it too, and I really like this brow. I think it's really pretty, and I might in fact start wearing my brows a little bit more like this more often than I have been because the pomade definitely fills it in more. Normally I like to see some skin in between my brow hairs, but this more filled in look I am down for. Like, these look really pretty. Like, I feel really pretty in this makeup. The only thing that I don't like about the brow products are that they're not waterproof. So I wish that Refy would make that change. For me personally, that is a deal breaker because I do want my brows on all day. Like, I want to be able to go out in the rain and nothing happen to my face. That's how I want my makeup to stay. For the eyeshadow palette, it's in fact a top 3 palette for me. I absolutely love it. You guys know how I always do smoky wing or shadow liner, and the addition of the gel creams in the palette make it for a really easy way for me to smoke out my liner. Plus the added little bit of glitter, like, it's totally a me palette. Definitely a top 3 palette, easily worked its way into the top 3 for me. The MAC Magic Extension Mascara, I want to continue to play around with. I don't know how the wear is going to be for one, and I think it does a great job at lengthening, but I do often really want volume. So maybe that mixed with another mascara might work well, but I've never really mixed fiber mascara with just regular mascara. So let me know how that goes if you have, or recommend it or don't. The CoverGirl foundation, I can tell that there's something in it that is super drying because I can feel how it affected my skin like instantly. The color was obviously off, but I knew that going in, and that's not what's making me not like that foundation. It's just how dry it is. It looks really nice and thin, but the dry down on that is just not good for my skin. My skin, I could tell right off the bat it wasn't gonna work. I tried to make it work. It's not gonna work for my skin. I really love how fine the mist is on the Glow Recipe mist. I'm gonna more so use this as skincare than for makeup, but I did use it for some skincare and makeup today because I need to rehydrate my skin, so it kind of came in handy for today's video. So I'm really happy with that product. The Makeup by Mario products, the only thing that I didn't like about them is the brush on the end of the cream products. I think the formulas are absolutely beautiful. The packaging is better than I expected, has a nice weight to it. In the powder products, I love all the powders, like a lot. The blush especially I really like. The bronzer is really pretty. I think it's nice and light, blends seamlessly into the skin. The highlight is a really unique, beautiful formula that really melts into the skin, gives you that glow from within, but you can build it up if you want more intensity. And the cream products, I did like the formulas, but it's just the brush. I'm sure you guys can see the balls on my face throughout the video, but I can even tell some spots where there's still little balls on my face. The BUXOM Plumping Serum, I would honestly pass on. I think there's better ones out there. I'm really in love with my La Mer one. It's very similar to that, but the La Mer is more glossy. So if you want to maybe try out that one and want a less expensive formula that's more of a serum for your lips than a gloss, then you might actually like the BUXOM one better. But the Too Faced one, if you're really looking for plumping, like, that's intense. And then the LAWLESS plumping glosses. These are my preferred gloss formula. Really nice and thick, not too thick. They hold onto your lips. So this is a really nice, nourishing, plumping gloss treatment that you can wear as a gloss, but it holds onto your lips. It's not gonna slip off in 2 seconds. Like, I feel like the BUXOM one, since it's more of a thin serum, it's gonna go off your lips more easily. So I would recommend maybe picking up the LAWLESS if you're looking for those kind of nourishing benefits, because you could wear it on its own, but you could also wear it as a gloss. And they do have a clear one if you're not into the color tones, but they just recently came out with the color one, so that's why I'm testing them today. And I think that's honestly everything for this video. I tried to use even more new brushes in this video because I've been testing out all the BK Beauty brushes that I've been sent, and I haven't found one that I don't like. Like, I love the BK Beauty brushes, so if you were curious about those, definitely pick them up, especially their 101 foundation brush, which I didn't use today because it was dirty, but I love that one too. And I use that one, and I use brushes like this all the time. They're like the perfect density for me, so I really love those brushes. I don't think I mentioned this one. So yeah, I love the Makeup by Mario brush, not the ones on the products, but the actual brush, the F1. Fantastic. If you like the IT Cosmetics one, you're definitely going to love that one. And that, I believe, is officially it. If I forgot anything, I'll leave it down below. You can ask a question, I'll get back to you. But I think that's all the products for this video. This is so long, this trying new makeup. Like, I do not know why this took me so long to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really like how the look turned out. I think it's really pretty. I love the tones. It just is definitely a Cheryl type of makeup. It's really simple, easy to do. You could definitely do it yourself. And I kind of switched things up, like my brows. I went for more lighter tones on the cheeks, and I just feel really radiant and glowing in this makeup. It really, I don't know, it's just a really pretty look. I really enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this trying new makeup today. It was so hyped up for me personally because I wanted to try everything, and it was just a roller coaster for me. Like a lot of videos, but this one specifically, I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, even though there was a couple slip-ups along the way, but that is life. That is me. And if you can, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up before you leave. It helps out my channel a lot, and I appreciate if you did that. Also, if you have not subscribed already, I would also love to have you join the family here. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my videos, be sure to hit that bell to be notified of my next video. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.